Okay, so let's see what this has settled down to be. The pH has gone down to 6.9 and the ORP is a negative 426. So lower acidic, and the negative 426 is a great ORP for that level of acidity. Now, normally with acidic anything, your ORP is very high, like a positive 600 or something. So negative 428 is very good, and that's providing lots of antioxidants for your blood, for your cells, and whatnot. Now, that water is pretty good to drink, actually. I mean, it would probably absorb right through your stomach at that, without, in the process of going from the alkaline to the acidic, it would have passed through the correct pH for absorption. But for me, it's a little low. I prefer the level 3. I mean, that's just my favorite one. But some people might want to settle with a level 2. As a matter of fact, I drank level 2 for when I first started drinking ionized water a long time ago. I was drinking level 2 for 2 years before I ever went up to level 3. But now that I'm spoiled to level 3, I'll stay there. All right, I'm going to wash these meters and go on to the next one. I should call them probes. Alright, so this is the level 1 ionized water. And let's see. It is much lower ORP. The reason for the much lower ORP, by the way, is it's only very light ionization at level 1. The reason the pH is this high is really the St. Louis water. It does start out at a pretty high pH. But I will let this settle down some more, because I think that pH will even go up higher. While that's settling down, I'm trying to think if I said everything that needs to be said. One thing that I'm going to include on my blog, I'll put it in a different post, is an explanation of all the organs of digestion and the pH level that's best for them, along with tips of how to speed up your digestion. Speeding up your digestion through the whole system here is an extremely healthy thing to do. It's something that if you want to detox your body, which most people drinking ionized water want to do, you're putting a lot of, your digestive system can assist in that greatly. And the way that it does that is to not tax that liver. When the digestion goes through slowly, when you end up in this final little section of colon here called the sigmoid colon, you're going to have a lot of toxins there. Now you're going to have that all mixed in with bile, and the liver wants the bile back. So there's this little duct that connects that sigmoid colon with the liver and will give the liver its bile back. But if you have a lot of toxins too, it's just by the nature of it is giving, filtering all the toxins now through the liver. And so that's not good, because that will tax your liver. And, you wonder, well, how do people get things like liver disease? Well, this is a very good reason why some people might get liver disease, is they just ignore healthy diet, they don't combine their food well, and those types of things. And they end up with lots of toxins in their colon, which then goes into that duct back to the liver and then just fills the liver with all these toxins. Alright, so we've waited long enough, and now let's see what this is. Negative 91 with a 9.5. See, 9.5 is about the level of my St. Louis tap water. And I'll show you that later. I've showed you it before, though, on different blogs. Alright, so I'm going to add 3 drops of 1, 2, 3. And then just see what's going to happen to this level of ionized water when it goes into your stomach and passes through it. While we're waiting, which we always unfortunately have to wait, I'll see if I have anything more to say about this. Well, one thing, we were talking about the speed of digestion. I was going to do another blog about this, but somehow tie it into this blog. But one thing that really assists the speed of digestion is for you to combine foods well so that they match the pH of your different organs that they have to go through. For instance, if you put proteins and starches together, when they get into the stomach, they need 2 entirely different pH levels to digest. So usually the stomach will digest one better than the other, and the other one doesn't get digested well enough, and then causes problems then later on in slowing down your digestion and not really able to pass that food into your back in as nutrients quickly, and it just sluggishly moves because it's all mixed together as one big mass, and the juices are just not able to differentiate and just pick out all of the carbohydrates, let's say, because it's so smushed in with the proteins. And so it gets some of them, but not all, and it just becomes a mess. So combine the pH. One thing about pH and your different organs in digestion, each organ has a certain pH that it should be. And the reason for the pH, like let's say in your stomach, a lot of people think the low acid is what digests your food, and that's not so. The low acid actually is what is needed to stimulate the enzymes that will digest your food. So it's enzymes that's digesting your food all the way along the line. And each enzyme will be stimulated by different pH levels of the food. So that's at each section of your intestine, that food will if that pH level stimulates that enzyme, it will digest that food. So combining your food better, like not putting opposites together, is going to help your enzymes that are stimulated to do their job better and not slow down this whole process of digestion. All right, well, I do explain that a little bit better in my blog, but here we have the results of adding our apple cider vinegar to this, 5.7 pH and like a positive 52.